Kids See Ghosts, Kanye West, Kid Cudi. Let's get right into this third installment of these new 7-track projects. Feel the Love, track 1. Okay, so I'm going to have my Daytona review linked up below because Pusha T just starts this shit off after some Kid Cudi Feel the Love vocals. Loving this short little Pusha T verse. He does what he does. And he says he fucks to trap music, or she loves to fuck to trap music. Who gives a shit? Freaking, you hear the brrrr, ba 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 ba, and that is just, okay, time out. So when you hear that, and you're just, I remember I was actually just chilling in my friend's car. I was just probably on Instagram fooling around, and then I hear that, and I'm just like, same thing, same song, right? And then I just hear it building and building, and then the instrumentation gets harder, and it's more erratic and chaotic, and you hear that voice, and this is what separates the genius of Kanye West and other producers. You have your average producer, then you have producers who take risks that are not that strong, and then you have producers that take risks and they completely work out. And Kanye West is in this echelon. As he keeps doing just these random experiments, he's just going to keep climbing up the ladder of the greats. And, oh my god, what a strong way to start off the album. This album starts off strong, Daytona started off strong, and Kanye's album, Ye, started off strong, so I'm just stoked as hell. We get into the next song, Fire. Kanye just automatically addresses the people who are bothering and meddling with his life and always giving their opinion on his life, and it's like, dude, you have life of your own. You know what I'm saying? Why are you judging me, you little hater ass? You know what I'm saying? You gotta respect that. And this has kind of been like a kind of a theme that he also had on Ye a little bit on that album, which I'll also have linked up in case you missed out. But yeah, for real, just work on yourselves, man. Stop judging them. We all make mistakes, and and him and Cudi are in the limelight a million times more than you guys are. So how would it feel? Take a step back. Kid Cudi is feeling heaven-like in this. He knows he's made mistakes, but he wants to go and still move up to heaven, which is something that we see is a theme throughout this album as he addresses later on, and I'll bring it back up. One thing that I don't care for is the last 20 seconds or so. There's just that random guitar that does not close the song off well at all. It's a bit random. It doesn't transition to the next song well either. It's just, I wish it was omitted. It doesn't ruin anything. I'm not going to take off a whole point for it or nothing like that, but it just should have not been added is all. Alright, Fourth Dimension. This is track 3. This song, so obviously Kanye has addressed people missing the old Kanye on his track I Love Kanye in 2016, Life of Pablo. This song, I'm not saying it's reminiscent of older Kanye, but it does remind me of some of his production styles from older projects. He had a sample, or he had someone featured on a song to sing or provide vocals, and then he's used them in the intro, and then continue to use them throughout the bed of his instrumental, and maybe add some more effects to it. This is exactly what we hear in this Fourth Dimension song. I love that intro. I love how the sample sticks and is provided within the chorus as well. It reminds me of songs perhaps like Otis, Through the Wire, Gold Digger, just to name a few. Not sounding like it, but just similar techniques used, and I freaking love it. I love the little ghost laughter that's to conclude Kanye's verse. The hee. Okay, moving on. Cudi's contrast to Kanye's verse as far as just his voice aesthetic is quite pleasing. The outro to this song is awesome as hell. I love how he just adds random little stuff in there, keep the song under 3 minutes. We want 2.5 minutes, whatever. Just like these little things, it just shows that he's not, just recording verses and has a loop and be done with it. Nah. He pays attention to his songs and he wants to make it that more colorful. So he adds a little something. These are the things that add him up on that great producer list. Freaking exceptional. So we get a quick sequel to that song Ghost Town on Kanye's last album, Ye. And this one's called FREEEE. And dude, this freaking beat, I just love how loud it is. That guitar, the hard drums. Amazing. And not to be corny, but it makes you feel free, but free in like a confident, like, fuck it type boss type way, put your chest out, pound on your chest, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm feeling like a confident man on this. It's something that I'll blast fucking loud in the truck, just sick as fuck. And not to sound like a weirdo, but for some reason this reminds me of Lenny Kravitz's Fly Away. I don't know why. Maybe I shouldn't have said that, but it does. And fuck it, no, I'm standing by it. It reminds me of it. Just makes me feel, just larger than life in a sense. Like, whatever you throw at me, I'm gonna fucking do it, even if I don't have experience in that sector. And how about Kanye coming into this song just singing? It actually sounds great. Cudi comes in with his mastery. He does an excellent job too. But man, then they add Ty Dolla $ign and Anthony Hamilton into the mix. Dude, this is just such a standout cut. And Ty Dolla $ign's been getting a lot of play from Kanye in these albums. So good shit for him. Keep the paychecks coming, man. The features on this were just great. Cudi and Kanye did excellent. The beat is fantastic. I feel free as fuck. Fuck it, dude. Honestly, it's incredible. And you also feel the same type of way in the next song, Reborn, which I'll get into right now. So we get into Reborn. It kind of gives off, it's a little more mellow. It's the most mellow song in this point in the album now. Very Christmassy type vibe in the beginning. Cudi comes in singing, and the chorus is the main meat of this song. It's just all throughout the song, and they do that on purpose to make the message that clear. Sure, I fucked up, sure I made mistakes, but I'm moving on, I'm moving forward, Toyota, and I'm gonna be reborn. And it's very important. Remember that these two artists suffered depression. They also feuded with each other at a time, so it's cool to see these two gentlemen back together in the booth and making magic and making things for the fans. And it's quite a beautiful thing, and it's very inspiring. It is. And unlike the previous song where you're feeling liberated and free and more confident and your chest is out, this one is kind of like a song where you're just stuck in bed to. And I don't mean stuck in bed like, you're banging or you just wake up and you're in bed just chilling. No, I mean when you're depressed and you're just curled up in bed with a fucking tissue box and acting like a little bitch. This is a song that's going to get you out of there, just move on, be strong, and prove them wrong type thing. And this song's going to get you out of there. You're going to put your headphones in, you're going to blast that shit, go through your neighborhood if it's safe enough to walk through the night, and put this shit in your Beats, your Apple Pods, or whatever, and make a difference. And this is your road to the difference. And I really respect this song. It may not be the most replayable joint for me, but it's very important. I'm happy it's on the album. And up to this point, we have 5 songs on the album. If we cut the album here, this will go on as one of the better EPs that I've seen. Track 6, Kids See Ghosts, a self-titled song on the album. It's probably my weakest link. Mos Def starts it off. Mos Def also concludes it. The Kids See Ghosts Sometimes chorus is not too appealing to me. In addition to it not being super appealing to me, the Kid Cudi hums on this one are also not as beneficial to the song in my opinion, whereas his humming throughout the rest of the album was just great. Just the beat is also a little more monotonous compared to other beats on the project. There's less experimentation on it. Not a bad beat, not knocking it at all, just the song is more bland and flavorless compared to other songs. And this is just what Kanye spoiled us so much that we're now expecting all these things, right? Keep in mind. Kanye's verse is pretty energetic. His flow's a little off at times, but it's an energetic verse, and I respect it. So now we're into Cudi Montage. I'm digging the Kurt Cobain guitar sample in the beginning. I'm liking that. I like how Cudi's starting it off, how the bass comes in quite smoothly. The part of the song where I start to just tune out a little bit is the chorus. I'm not huge on the stay strong, just how the whole chorus sounds in general. It's not too appealing to me. However, Kanye comes in with one of his strongest verses on the album, maybe his strongest verse, especially, deep-wise too. And this is good because up to this point in the album, I don't hear many even cringeworthy bars. There may have been one, whereas on Yay, I pointed out a couple, and there were a couple that I didn't point out that were just a little shake-head-worthy. But we hear definitely a more focused, more potent Kanye West on this album. But this one, he's saying, just be peaceful. Even criminals can find peace, Alice Johnson, who he mentions in the last bar of the song, was serving a life sentence, and somehow she got out just by being a role model type inmate. And that's, inspiring. Don't let people label you in a sense. Still keep working on yourself, Stay strong, as the chorus suggests. It's a very inspiring message. And like I've said, despite all the things you're hearing about him in the news and certain things that he said, at least he's trying to encourage people now, right? So I'm a huge fan of the message of the song. It's a decent closer to the album. And also how they're closing off this song, it's kind of a constant theme that we're hearing in this album to ask for help from God, and they want to be in heaven's grace. They say at the end of this song, Kid Cudi also mentions it earlier in the album. I believe in the song Fire, he mentions wanting to go up to heaven even though he's made a lot of mistakes. I love how thematically this album just seems to be just on the same page. I guess it's time to summarize this up. Some of the small gripes I had on Ye, for example, immature lines and some lyrical content were fixed on this. Kanye was a lot more focused, and not to say he wasn't focused on Ye, because he definitely had some great themes and deep tracks on there. Just he did stray away with just immature lines here and there. But this one, he was much more focused, stronger lyrics. I couldn't really point out too many. I decided even not to point out any here just because it would ruin the whole flow. He did excellent. The vocal samples and inclusion of generations of music was quite outstanding. The production, especially up to track 5, I loved it. If this ended off with 5 tracks, it would go down as one of the better EPs that I've ever heard. It was just amazing. Kid Cudi, I feel like, helped ground Kanye West a bit. His voice, his singing, and probably also his inclusion of what he wanted to be on the album definitely helped Kanye create and craft something more for the two of them. And wow, I'm very happy Kid Cudi and Kanye put this together, because you can tell that they're just a good check and balance team with one another. Also, help on production-wise, this has more help for Kanye West. Kanye West being the main producer, Kid Cudi also producing, Andre 3000, Dot the Genius, Mike Dean, Plain Pat, and a few other people that I know I'm just forgetting. Definitely adds a little more range and opinion and involvement into this, and I think that really helps this one out. So there are no weak songs on this. Once again, minimizing the risk with the 7 songs, quite a genius idea, you know. But like I said, since the album is a lot shorter than the average album, I do have to knock it a little bit for that. But don't be fooled by the rating. This is just a stellar album. Rating time. Alrighty. I think I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10 ghosts. I'm happy we got a 7-track project. I think if we got a little more, it may have been pushing it. I'm really happy about this, so I want another one. I genuinely do. Kid Cudi, Kanye West, excellent job. I want to hear more. Excited for more of these 7-track projects. If they keep coming out, I'll keep supporting. So what do y'all think? Is this a strong album? Did it live up to your expectations? Give me your favorite songs, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Appreciate y'all a ton, and we'll see y'all next time. Peace.